Alright. Welcome everyone. Good to see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Happy to have you here on this fine day. Gonna be doing some King of the Hill action. So we're gonna be getting into things here. Let me just make some adjustments. We got Wicked, Weak Head Taker, Zach Waite, Travis Chen. Who else? David the White Lizard. What's up, guys? Everyone else, happy to have you. So we're going to be getting this started with myself versus Rightist. Haven't decided on the matchup yet, so let's see. We're going to do the pick and ban system. So I am going to pick Vampire Coast and ban Wood Elves. And we'll just let the Med 2 music play out a little bit while we get our army picks locked in. For those of you who are wanting to join in this King of the Hill, it is more or less open to anyone. It's not like I have some specific people or anything, so it's going to be myself and Rightist to start, and then obviously the winner stays in. And then if I lose, I'll hop out, hop back into cast, and we'll start to grab some other people. All right. So it looks like he's going to be going with the Empire, actually. So it's going to be Vampire Coast versus the Empire. So we'll go ahead and fade that music out and go over here. Next few weeks are going to be pretty busy, Joseph. This weekend I'm not super busy. Like today, I normally would be getting ready for work right now. But because it's going to be pretty slow this weekend, you know, I can kind of take some extra time today, which is why I'm doing this stream right now. So, yep. Let's see here. I'm going to leave the screen blocker up. Not that I think that Rightist would screen cheat, but I just want you guys to be in for a nice surprise here. So, what can we do? Let's do this. And then we'll do Actually, let's go with this. Okay. We've got those. Let's grab that. Grab the Mad Lad. Da-da-da. We will begin in just a moment. I'm just picking my army here. I should start a timer. You're right. That would be work, though. Let's see. I think I'm just about ready. Black spot, perhaps? Should I bring the black spot, guys? Or is that a little obvious? Oh, I'm so close. Oh man, why? Okay, I think we're gonna try this. We got like 40 people in here. Let's do this thing. Alright. Let me just do this and this. Oops, nope, not that. Nope, not that. Nope. Oh. I'm being bad and just unreadying rightist because I'm messing with my chevrons. Okay. What's up, Aristo? We got Reptile King. Joseph. Joey. Joey, you're not wildly far off. I'm not full-on Latino, but I am half Latino. Brazilian, I guess I should say. Brazilians would probably not call themselves Latinos, but that's an entirely different subject. Although I'm not short per se, I'm just kind of average height. I'm 5'9", which I think is literally dead average in the US, so yep. Not particularly short, but not necessarily super tall. Okay, let's go ahead and move the screen blocker. And I'll show you guys what we're working with here. Got some beautiful Vampire Coast stuff. Got the spooky ghost lady here. Captain. Black Spot. We got a Gunnery White, Lamprey's Revenge. You know, your typical Vampire Coast stuff. This also kind of gives you guys an insight as to how I tend to control my units. So that could potentially be useful for you. Go ahead and pop these guys over here. All right. Hit him with the good luck, have fun. Her singing is terrible. She will have your head for that, Queek. Alright, alright. It's not necessarily a tournament, Guillermo. It's more or less open to anyone. If anyone wants to join, you can PM me on Discord, on Steam, you can ping me here. Alright, people are distracting me. Let's do this. Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? Who's this? Boris. Just a crap load of state troops, more or less what I expected. Let's go be annoying. Oh hey, let's not get any of that fireball stuff going. That's just not nice.
Agreed.
Let's get these guys going. Oh, good. Queen Bess got one good hit in before she got destroyed. Oh well. It is what it is. Should have expected. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Get these hounds out. Nope, they're still crumbling. That's not good. Sorry guys, I'm kind of quiet. I'm not honestly great at casting and talking at the same time, which is why I don't actually do that many live casts. But yeah, we're doing all right so far. We're holding up. Let's go hold these guys up. Go ahead and counterfire here. Ooh, that fireball was painful. Ouch. That really hurts. That fireball is not nice. Should have saved my bats a little bit better.
Get me close. We depart. Upload me.
Oh, got a little bit of a tear route going. Let's keep that going. Oh, the crabs blocked it. Thank goodness for the crabs. Those crabs are the true OGs. Let's get some more. Oh, I can't target himself with that. That's really annoying, actually.
We serve the lady. Shamble on. Madam Captain. Glide on.
Ow, that fireball.
Get going. Bold knights. Orders. Sea dead rise. Gunnery mob. Surround. Going dead.
I think he's got this. I don't think I can pull it out. Yeah, losing Queen Bess was just so much value, and that fireball spam is brutal. Should have expected fireball spam, to be honest. It's like everyone who can take fire will do that in this matchup, so yeah. To be expected. I think Gunnery's going to make his last stand here. Come on, shoot Boris at least one more time. Come on. Nope. Oh, man. Looks like Ridus pulls out the win there. Felt like we did decently well, considering that we lost, you know, what is Queen Bess, 1,600 points right out the gate. But yeah, I just didn't have the right build to counter the fireball spam. I think fireballs are too strong. I totally agree, Aristo, for how cheap it is. I think it's way too strong. But definitely to be expected. Yeah, she's not super strong. If you're expecting fireball spam, then you take Harkon, right? Because he has magic resistance and you can just shut down your opponent's caster. But unfortunately, Harkon is super expensive, so... What's up, Pharaoh? Alright, who's up next? Ben, you want to hop in here? You're the only one who's PM'd me so far, so... Yeah, I feel like I definitely could have won that if not for the fireball being so strong. So I'm going to go ahead and jump out, and then we'll come back in here. Go ahead and hop in as a spectator. So then Ridus will stay here, and we'll get in. Yeah, Reptile, if you want to hop in here, it looks like Ben is actually in a quick battle right now, so maybe we can get him in on the next one. Oh, or maybe Ben is done. We'll see. I'll tell you what, first one to get in. Let's see here. Yeah, man. Looks like we got 2 people so far. Oh. Oh, you're in the lobby. Reptile, if you look on Friends Games, it should show up there since you've got me on Steam. Or am I actually even online on Steam? That is a question. For the masses. Let's actually look. Am I online? I am online. So you should be able to see the game. Okay, cool. Reptile's in. We got Reptile in. Let's go ahead and throw the screen blocker up. And so the way the pick and ban works is the first person picks and then bans a faction, and then the second person picks. So let's see here. So let's go with what do you guys think, chat? Should the challenger ban or should the incumbent ban? Should the king ban or should the challenger ban? I think the challenger should get to pick and ban, right? Yeah, let's do that. Challenger picks first. Yeah. Let's do that. Kind of depends. It kind of depends on who you pick, to be honest. Like, if you pick somebody who's hard to counterpick, and you ban, like, the one obvious counterpick, then yeah, it could potentially be more advantageous. But yeah, Aristo, I can put you on the list. Let's get a list going right here. I'll pull up a little notepad. So who do we got? We got Guillermo. We got Aristo. Ben is above both of you guys. The hardest counter to lizards. Dark elves, maybe. Maybe, honestly, it's hard to say. Dark elves, maybe Vampire Coast. Hard to say. Hard to say. You know, I guess I could actually make a little. Let's do this. Let's do this, and oh, that's the wrong image, but we can fix that. Pay no attention to this. Floormaster of Sotek was awake and around right now. I'd be doing our head-to-head, but he's not. At least not that I saw. Maybe he is. I don't know. Where is it? It's over here. That's right. No? Yep, there. Nope, not that. Oh. There it is. Here we are. That's better. Ritus is asking me if he should pick someone besides Empire since he played Empire in the last game, but I think on this channel we can let him stay Empire, right? Oh, man. Pick Skaven, and you don't need to ban something because you get hard countered by everything. True that, Aristo. True that. Press F for Skaven. Honestly, no, they do well if you're good with them. Like Aerocrastic can make them work in some matchups. Ask me about Ceramis using the Skaven against the Dark Elves. Ugh, that was disgusting. But yeah. Rocket Man, I can put you on the list. We've got, what, 3-4 people? So I did see a wild Egyptian pop up in here. Pharaoh War, don't think I don't see you. Reptile, Ritus is pretty good, so he's in for a good time. But hey, honestly, that's how you get good, in my opinion. Is you play against good players, right? That's how you learn the best. So let's have them change the map as well. Map to Pillar of Bone. Yeah, Ceramis is really good. Yeah, I get that, Pharaoh. That last one was pretty close. It's just that fireball, man. You got to account for that, and I just didn't. Should have kept Spooky Ghost Lady hidden a little bit longer, probably in the woods. Yeah, if I would have played a little bit back, I think, like if I had maybe not gone quite so far forward, I got really good feast on the crossbows. So if I had been able to maybe disengage my bats and just pull my line back, keep Celestra hidden in the woods for as long as possible, so then she couldn't get popped by fireballs. It's just, to get in range with her debuff, and the Knight's Errant cast has a relatively short range as well, so probably would have been advantageous, though. Lizards are pretty good. Looks like these lads are ready. Swap this back. All right. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Mine was absolutely amazing. It's weird. Like, I'm not a fan. Yeah, magic missiles are super popular right now. I'm not a fan of the Christmas season. Like, just because I work in an industry where I'm insanely busy and I have no time for anything, and just in general it's very stressful. But the holiday itself is oftentimes, I find, pretty decent for me and my family and stuff. So yeah, I had a good time just relaxing. I actually got quite a bit of money in Amazon gift cards, so I'm thinking I might get a webcam. What do you guys think? Should I get a webcam? Would you want to see my ugly mug on stream? Just the Christmas holidays, right? Because in America land, not to go on too far of a tangent here, but I work not only in the restaurant industry, but in a high-end restaurant that's kind of like a destination type place. So people will very often, like companies will take their employees out to eat, have like a company Christmas party. And my store is very popular for that kind of thing. But looks like we didn't change the map. Oh well, that's fine. This is the hill that people can be the king of, right? So it works. So yeah, I just find myself super busy and stressed out, and like there's tons of events you have to go to and family parties, and just in general there's so much going on. It's very, very stressful. But the holiday itself, very relaxing. So yeah, we've got good old Crocky G here. Looks like a skink priest, Lord of Heaven, some skink cohorts, cohorts with jabs, more cohorts. I think technically this is a rule break, but I don't think these skinks are going to do a whole lot, so we'll let it stand. If any of you guys are wondering, we are going to be using loosely the Warhammer Cup rules. If you make a pretty egregious point break, I might call it out and make you repick your army. But in general, I'm not trying to break up the flow of the stream too much. So we've got some horned ones here. We've got Croxigors. Got some Pterodon Riders as well. Horned ones, Chameleon Skinks. Pretty well balanced army overall, I would say. For l'Empire, we have Karl Franz up in the air with his full-on dual wield. Yep, we've got Reichland Runefang and Galmaraz. We've also got a Jade Wizard, of course, some Halberdiers, Royal Alto Friphites, Free Company Militia. Interesting. Interesting to see Free Company in this matchup. They actually, let's see, they don't have the best AP. 2 AP per shot is actually not terrible, considering they have 90 unit models, which means they have a higher volume of fire than most standard units of skirmishers. They're also reasonably decent in melee, so they can actually hold off skinks pretty well. I like this pick, actually, quite a bit in this matchup. Not one you see too often. Typically, people tend to go with the more armor-piercing stuff against the dinos, but really like the pick of the Free Company here. Got some swordsmen, flagellants in the front line, 2 great swords with a warrior priest, giving them some faith buffs here. Let's see, he's just got, what, Hammer of Sigmar plus Scroll of Power, so looking for that double Hammer of Sigmar rush in the center. Karl Franz, of course, can also use his buffs to support those troops as well. So, yeah, I really like both of these builds. So we'll see who comes out on top. That's a lot of Croxigors, and there's not too much AP here. I mean, obviously you have the Royal Altar of Griffites and the Great Swords. You know, with the high melee attack, actually they have decent enough armor-piercing weapon strength. Granted, on the flip side, the Croxigors also have armor-piercing anti-infantry, so I'm very curious to see how this goes here. True, Pharaoh. Franz is super expensive. Super expensive. Typically, I tend to go a bit more cav heavy than this. Like, I'll usually more or less forsake the infantry fight, or like I probably wouldn't bring these halberdiers and bring like some Empire Knights instead. But oh man, here it comes. Skinks going in. Croxigors doing the bro charge down the hill. Oh man, these Sigmar Sons are going to try and switch places with the halberdiers, which they do somewhat. But the Croxigors in the center, though. Let's see how this goes. This Skink Priest Lord of Heavens probably doesn't want to be in here, but if he could drop a Harmonic Convergence on these Croxigors, they would start to shred pretty badly here. That being said, Royal Altar of Griffites getting in here. Got a Warrior Priest, Hammer of Sigmar, Earthblood going down to heal up these troops in the center. So, yeah, so far so good. Definitely going better for the Empire in the center, I would say. Karl Franz dropping a brutal rear charge, and those 2 units of Croxigors are enraged already and have just about dropped. Crocky G and the Horned One support just a little bit late here. And not quite able to bail out those Croxigors in time. They do get terrified, but nonetheless, they are still coming in here. Croc are going to get in. Now that Karl Franz's buffs are dropped, and it does look like Curse of the Midnight Wind has been put on him as well. Some of the Horned Ones did manage to get in on the other side of Franz and start to block him in a little bit, so he is going to take quite a few hits from Crockgar there. You can see some nasty damage going on Karl Franz. A desperate regrowth, looks like. Yep, a regrowth going down there. So he is going to be able to squeak away and get back up in the air. But could have been a very dangerous situation for the Empire. Ridus is able to pull that out in a very nice response. A little bit late by Reptile King here, but still just about had him. Wow, that was super close. Free Company a little bit tangled up with Skinks here. Not the end of the world, but still not necessarily ideal. Was that a Wind Blast? Nope. Curse of the Midnight Wind still just hanging around. Does he have Wind Blast? Yes, he does. A pretty heavy spell kit, actually, on that little skink boy. But nonetheless, looks like the Pterodon Riders are taking some fire from the Free Company Militia, which is a great use of them. Looks like the Pterodon Riders themselves are shooting. Oh man, that Wind Blast just Ooh, didn't quite get all those free company, but did a good amount of damage. The skink jabs also firing in. It looks like some other skinks going to come try and tie them down in melee. Franz, though, diving at Krokar, relatively risky, but he does have the Royal Altar of Griffites and the Warrior Priest still on support, whereas Karl Franz doesn't have a whole lot of support here. Free company popping off pistols into him as well, as looks like the... Ooh, nope, they're actually going after the Pterodon Riders again. Do manage to drop a couple there, both units of free company. Online and free to fire here because the Lizardmen have kind of lost the infantry engagement. The Croc scores really didn't pay out like they needed to. That being said, things starting to slide. Karl Franz with the Hammer of Sigmar and Standing Your Ground active, so he's getting both those buffs there. Earthblood also going down, so I think the Empire is also going to take this one, but a good showing by Reptile King there. If he had been a little bit quicker, he maybe could have bailed out those Kroxigors and pinned in Karl Franz and finished him off. But still, fast and brutal, just how I like it. He's already won my heart. Yeah. Oh yeah, for the Empire. I know you guys are always happy to see the Empire win on my channel, so here it is. And this is definitely some excellent Empire play. If any of you guys are looking to pick up some tips, Rightist putting on an absolute clinic right now. Both games. Can anyone dethrone him? That is the question. We've got Ben the Barman up next, so we'll see. Right now, Krokar's making his final stand here on the hill, but so far, the Empire, Boris first, then Karl Franz, sticking to the hill. And it'll be a win. We'll see. Not too far from critical army losses. Lizardmen actually holding on pretty well here, all things considered. This unit of Pterodon Riders, though, oh man, look at that crossfire from the Free Company. That's brutal stuff. Not exactly the kind of pistols that I like, but total Croxy kills 105. You owe me $5 redues. The Horned Ones got 38 and an XP chevron, so that's something. Woo, how about 100 kills on those swordsmen, though? Just mopping up skinks. 52 on the Royal Altar of Griffites. Yeah, just a little bit late on the support, I think, with Reptile King. If he had been a little bit faster with, like, probably using one harmonic convergence on one of those Croc scores in the center, using the Curse of Midnight Wind and having Krokar and the Horned Ones a little bit faster on station, I would even say in that situation it may be better to have the Saurus Old Blood so that you can use the Horn of Kygor to give a bigger support buff. That's going to hit all those units of Kroxigors, plus the Horned Ones and himself. And I think you're just maybe going to get a little bit better value there, but still, decent showing by Reptile King. Rightist taking home another win with the Empire. Yeah, they went in without a bubble wrap. That is true. The Skinks were a little bit late in support there, so yeah, GG. So, Ben the Barman up next. If you want to go ahead and hop in here, I'll shoot you Heir of Carthage. Holy cow, 20 bucks. Man. Heir, I am honored. Holy cow. Thank you so much, man. Holy cow. The Godfather himself here, blessing my stream with his presence. Wow. I am moved. We got 100 people in here. Holy cow. What's up, guys? Yeah, no worries, Reptile King. It's tough. I mentioned it in the chat to change the map, but I guess you guys didn't see it. But no worries. No worries. Yeah, Heir coming in hard with the steel chair out of the side door. Merry Christmas, Heir. Hope you enjoyed your holiday with your family. And I know I enjoyed your Chaos campaign with Archaon. I'm looking forward to that. So let's see here. Oh, let's see. Looks like I need to add Ben on Steam. So let's go ahead and do that. Who do we got? CA, give Lizardman DLC, please. I'll friend that. I can accept that. Cool. Yeah, if you want to jump in here, by all means, I'll put you on the list. Someone's challenging the gobos. Alright, so Ben the Barman's in. We're going to go ahead and throw the screen blocker up. And we will give these guys a little bit of privacy as they do their picks and bans. Lock in some factions. Air versus Tavwen. I'd be up for that, but the mob is fickle. Oh, you guys are too much fun. Air should be in the next Ever Chosen. I could see that. I definitely might whisper a little bit of sweet nothings in Turin's ear to try and get Air in the next one, but we'll see. We will see. Man, the ECL though. Congrats to Ceramis. I just got annihilated. Holy cow! I should not have played Dark Elves. I really don't play Dark Elves that much, so. Yeah, against the Skaven, probably Bretonia would have been okay. They're not super one-sided, but... Ben is offering me Austrian beer. I will accept this if I'm ever in Austria. Oh, you want to see the blocker a little bit close up? We can go ahead and zoom in on this. So if you take a look at this picture here, you can see that this Skaven assassin has in fact thrust his dagger through Orion's arm, which somewhat limits the use of his spear, right? He's in pretty close. Orion doesn't necessarily care too much, though. He has punched the Skaven assassin in the face so hard that he's knocked him off his feet. Oh, it's glorious. It's truly, truly glorious. That picture summarizes how I feel about the Skaven right now. Yeah, Reptile, that was a pretty good showing, honestly. That was a good showing. Like I said in the post game, there's probably a few things you could do to fine-tune that list. Like, personally, I would have said the Old Blood rather than Krokgar, because you get that extra support buff. Just timing your skinks a little bit better so they saturate with the Kroxigors, and then, following up with the Old Blood and the Horned ones a little bit faster. I think if you had done that, you would have had a really good chance of pulling out that center engagement, shutting down the Altdorf Griffites, and trapping in Karl. It's tricky to truly trap in Karl, but if you could have maybe overpowered the Royal Altdorf Griffites and taken out those greatswords, maybe. Yeah, take javelins off skirmish. Yeah, I'm gonna... Spoiler alert, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know if you saw from that last match I played, but I have skirmish mode off by default. Just because it's annoying, I find. Yeah. Orion's... He's good. He's decent. He's not amazing, but he's been successively getting better. Summon the Elector counts. just just a little circle of Empire nobles just riding around in a little vortex. This action has my consent. Oh man. Orion. Well, yeah. I like Orion for doing super heavy hit and run builds because right now, at least, this is changing supposedly in the next patch. But right now, Orion's Horn of the Wild Hunt gives speed and charge bonus, so you can use that to just hit and run with Wild Riders all day, and it's a little bit, some people might say annoying to play against, and I would concede that, but like I have a replay on my channel where I had just like a front line of Eternal Guard with a few other token units, and like I had like 3 Wild Riders and like 2 Sisters of Thorn, and was just playing super mobile hit and run against a Norska infantry army, and just using Horn of the Wild Hunt to constantly get the speed and everything. But yeah, it's decent. He's decent. He's not amazing, but the right is forgetting that he's the host. Yeah, if you need to just kind of stick him somewhere. He is useful. Sometimes I'll use him as just kind of like a distraction tool. You just run him in there to break up your opponent's line. Oh, did my game just crash? I think my game just crashed when he changed the map. That's amazing. Go ahead and tell Rightist. He's decent at fighting monsters too. His, I think he has anti-large. They give him anti-large now. I want to say he has anti-large. He has decent combat stats, pretty heavy weapon strength. Unbreakable means that he's not going to terror route, so he's pretty good at fighting like monster lords and stuff. But typically people aren't really going to take monster lords against the Wood Elves anyway, just because they're pretty vulnerable to missiles. So, I mean, maybe against Chaos you take him to take down Big Bird, but in most other matchups, like Durthu will do just fine as well at that, so... Okay. Let me see here. It's not showing me a spectator slot. Rightist, if you're still in there, if there is someone if there's someone in the spectator slot, if you want to kick him real quick, or I guess I could just actually join. See what's going on. Oh, I think we might need to rehost the lobby. Yep, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and host. Chariots and Javcast spam. Air remembers. Air, we need to put together a campaign to make Surtha Ek a legendary lord for Norska. He's a legend in our hearts. He deserves to be a legend in the game, right? So yeah, I'll host, and then I will open another slot, and we can get both of you guys back in here, and then I will leave, join as a spectator. Hey, Bloob. Welcome. Greetings from Germany. Welcome, welcome. What part of Germany, if you don't mind me asking? I am vaguely familiar with the geography of Germany, at least as familiar as you can be from playing lots of Total War games. Legendary Lord approved. What we need is we need a Surtha Ek Legendary Lord. that has a unique chariot mount. Like he should get an Ice Wolf chariot mount, right? Because the normal Norscan chariot, the normal Norscan lords, and like Wulfric, for example, they can take a regular chariot. So okay, looks like these guys are both in here. So I'll go ahead and hop out and then jump back in as the spectator. So yeah, he deserves a unique chariot mount. So you could give him like the Ice Wolf chariot. And then maybe you give him like an AoE charge bonus ability or something. You know, kind of like what maybe you do. You could do it one of two ways. You could do either like a constant small buff like what Alberic has, or you could do like a big timing push similar to Wa or Horn of the Wild Hunt. I think that would be super cool. I think that would be super, super cool. Waterloo. I'm not sure. I know that there was a battle there where Napoleon lost, but I don't know. Is that in? That's not in France, right? It's in Germany, right? Somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, so in Game 1, before Norsca was its own faction, they only had like a few units. So basically, what would happen is Sirtha Ek would come to your borders with a full stack of like Marauder Javelin Horsemen and Chaos Chariots. And sometimes Trolls too. And like Chaos Trolls. And it was just the most annoying thing ever to fight. And the thing is, they would just spam out armies so hard in the late game, both the Varg and the Scaling, but for some reason Sirtha Ek just became so well known within the community. Belgium, okay. Figures. The French and British are always fighting, or it's not the French and British, well they used to be, but the French and the Germans are, you know, typically when they fight, it's usually somewhere in Belgium, so makes sense. Below Brussels, okay. okay. I remember. Or rather, I am educated. Alright, so, whoops, not that. Let's do that, and have a look at these armies here. We're going to have Greenskins versus the Warriors of Chaos. Our reigning king, Rydest here, going with Kolek and a Fire Sorcerer. Got some Chaos Knights with Lances. Excellent pick in this matchup. Not a super common pick in general, but I do like them quite a bit here. Some Poison Warhounds, Marauder Horsemen as well. Some of the Sirtha Ek boys themselves. We've got one unit of Chosen with great weapons, a couple Chaos Warriors with great weapons, and some Marauders. Meanwhile, for the Greenskins, Goblins, front line of some Savage Orcs with Black Orcs. We've got Orc Air Boys, some Skulkers as well, Spider Rider Archers, Mangy Marauders, Moon Howlers, Orc Biggins in the back. For excuse me, for some anti-large. We've also got little Zappa here. And who was the Lord? Was that Grimgor? Wurzag. Okay. See how it does. That Vindictive Glare can potentially be really nasty against Kolek, actually. It does about 1,100 damage. Based on my testing, about 1,000 to 1,100 damage to large targets. So it really kind of just depends. Yeah, Archaon, since they gave him AP, he's a lot better now, but he's still... Kolek, in a lot of matchups, is still just better. Big Bird is also just... yeah, Big Bird. Big Bird is Big Bird. Let's put it that way. He's long been probably the best choice for Chaos in a lot of matchups because of the missile and the magic resistance, but yep. Which one race pack is the best value? I would say Tomb Kings, probably right now. If you're talking about the winter sale, I'm assuming Tomb Kings is on sale. I actually didn't look. If the Tomb Kings are on sale, then that's the best value because you get 4 legendary lords. You get all your regiments of renown. Tomb Kings are really strong. They're unique and fun in campaign. I would say Vampire Coast, but they're not on sale right now. So if you're talking about like the Steam Winter Sale, assuming, again, I didn't double check to see if the Tomb Kings are actually on sale, assuming they are on sale, I would say that's probably the best value. If not, then it's hard to say. Probably the Warriors of Chaos. They have 3 Legendary Lords, whereas Wood Elves, Beastmen only have 2. So objectively, I think you're getting better value for the Warriors of Chaos. Oh, Tomb Kings are 33% off. That's pretty good. That's pretty good value. What is that, like $10 US probably? Or no, I don't think it's that much. I don't know. Tomb Kings, yeah, 33% off. That's pretty solid value. Game 1, if you're talking about Game 1, I would say Warriors of Chaos are your best value. Probably followed by, this is my personal opinion, I don't know. I'd actually put Wood Elves and Beastmen as about the same. They're both pretty fun in campaign. They're not crazy amazing, but... Oh, are these guys waiting on me? I'm just chatting to you guys here. Beastmen have... Oh yeah, Beastmen do have 3 Legendary Lords. That's right. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, so Beastmen I would say then is your next, and then Wood Elves would be the least, because they only have 2. But the Wood Elves are certainly very good in multiplayer, so they do require some skill to use, but Fireball's coming in. Let's see if that makes good contact here. It's probably going to clip some Black Orcs at the very least. Yep. Did some solid damage there. Let's see if Little Zapper responds. I don't know actually where he deployed that guy. It looks like he's over here, but a nice little explosion there. You can see some skirmish cav also moving in on the side, working on these poison warhounds a little bit here. These moonhowlers charged in and easily saw off those poison warhounds, so getting some really good value here. Great play by Ben the Barman there. Meanwhile, let's see, these are not the Death Creepers, but they still, because of the poison, will trade very cost effectively in melee against these Marauder Horsemen, especially with the Gobos following up here. This is going to be a really nice engagement for the Greenskins. So far so good for the Greenskins. Definitely getting some good engagements over here. In the meanwhile, though, Chaos Knights with lances are going to mean that the Mangy Marauders and these Spider Rider archers here are going to get tangled up. So a bit of tit for tat here, and very even overall. But the little Zap comes in with the hard hit and does some pretty good damage there against the Chaos Sorcerer. So he has revealed his positioning, though, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful. Wurzag playing very conservatively, which is obviously very smart. FG to get, pinning Kolek in place here so that these archers can unload Rusty Airs and Orc Airboys, plus Wurzag's own magic missile here doing a ton of damage. And holy cow, Kolek down to just about half HP already. Kolek is in a really bad situation. He needs to pull away from here immediately, but there are some Skulkers in here as well who can then hit him with a smoke bomb. It looks like they haven't quite yet. Oh man, Ben's got to get this off before Kolek gets out of range. Looks like he did not, unfortunately, get that smoke bomb off, so that is a little bit of a rough situation there. Meanwhile, out on the flanks, you can see these Chaos Knights with the lances did also get bogged up with some Skulkers, some Orc Biggins, so this is pretty much worst case scenario. This is a 1,500 point unit that can't heal. This is the only elite cavalry in the game, I want to say, besides Dread Knights, I guess, technically, that can't heal. So that's really a lot of value lost there. So far, things are looking very good for Ben the Barman. And is this going to be the dethroning? But, oh man, Kolek pushing through to the back line, getting to Wurzag, might be able to take him down here. That is going to start to pull the balance of power back a little bit. Will Little Zapper be able to stabilize the leadership here? He's hidden, so he's got that going for him at least. But it does look like those Chaos Warriors push through the front line there. We do also have some Chosen with great weapons here, and without the buffs from Wurzag, who just got straight up killed by Kolek. Holy cow. Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to get dragged down. It's tough to say. Ritus might have just brought that back by sniping out Wurzag there, but Ben definitely had him on the back foot for at least the moment there. We'll see. It's definitely not over, especially with the little Zappa here. He can do a ton of damage, but he's going to have to be careful. These Chaos Knights are still trolling around here. Unfortunately, didn't get finished off. So if they are able to discover the Night Goblin Shaman and then take him out, that will definitely put a dent in the balance of power, and it'll also finish off the one tool that's going to be able to kill Kolek here, I think. So we'll see. It does look like he's been spotted by the Chaos Knights, so is this all over? This might be the end for the Greenskins right here, because I really don't think they have too many other tools that can finish off Kolek. That, the Vindictive Glare, go ahead and have a look here. I do believe, yep, in its tooltip it does say good versus a single combatant and good against large combatants. So it does have a bonus versus large and is very, very good against monsters and so on, but unfortunately that little boy going to get dragged down there. You can see cascading Fire Cloak on these Chosen, putting them up to 58 total weapon strength with 75 melee defense on a great weapon unit. That is just disgusting. Holy cow. Wood Elves mini-campaign, yeah, it's decent. The Beastmen mini-campaign is not as fun, but the Wood Elves mini-campaign is actually pretty decent. The Wood Elves campaign just in general, ooh, brutal. Like in Mortal Empires, I think the Wood Elves are just, they're a little bit weird, because they were kind of designed for a regional occupation system that no longer exists, right? So I think that they definitely need to update them, and I think Creative Assembly's planning on going through and updating all the Game 1 races. I mean, we've already seen updates to the Dwarfs, right, with the rune crafting system, and the Vampire Counts got their Bloodline Lords, so yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that they're going to be updating all the Game 1 races, I would imagine, eventually, so hopefully we'll see updates to, like, Greenskins, you know, Empire, Bretonnia, Wood Elves, Beastmen, even Norska I would like to see some updates to, just to kind of bring them on up to snuff and on par with the Game 2 races. Warriors of Chaos, I'm not really expecting them to get updated until Game 3, obviously. But looks like the Greenskins are going to hit critical army losses, and Kolek pulling out a win there. A couple of very, very narrow misplays there by Ben, where he could have had Kolek. If he had hit him with that smoke bomb, when he had him a little bit trapped up there with those Skulkers and had been able to pin him more in place for longer, and use those arrows to unload and try and potentially finish off his leadership, I think he maybe could have pulled out the win there, but then Rightist, very heads-up play getting through to the second line with Kolek and taking out Wurzag. Very, very smart play there. So, well played to both players. Definitely an epic battle. Just lizards. Rats, please. Really? Really? I did not see that. JG, I will have to go check that out. Okay. All right, Ben. So, who's up next? We've got Guillermo or Aristo. If either of you are here. I want a Todd bringer. What Todd does he bring? He brings the Todd. Hang on. This is what he brings. That's a tiny picture. Let me find a better picture. That's what he brings. That right there. Just so you all understand. That's what Boris is bringing to the table. Guillermo, if you're still around, feel free to jump in, or else Aristo, you can. Oh, Energized. Okay, Energized is his name. Ha! That's Energized. That's just his YouTube name. Okay. It's all making sense now. Let's see here. For those of you who are wondering, that was a Brazilian like chocolate milk mix. It's really good. It's probably my favorite chocolate milk mix in the world, just saying. Why do people always change their names? I don't know. Looks like these guys are going to do... Ooh, Energize also going for lizards. He's going to ban vampire counts. Throw this boy back up here. Good boy, Orion. Never change your... Yeah, Risto, you've never changed your name or your profile picture or anything, ever. Ever. Not a single time. Not a single time. Yeah, Fentox. Oh, is that you that posted in Turin's Discord? I can have a look at it. Sure. I was going to let Turin have a chance to have a look first, but I certainly would take a look. Sorry, people are distracting me with RL things like I have a day job or something. Ha! Jobs. Who needs jobs? Just play video games all day. I can check the email. In terms of the Discords, who should I guess I can invite you guys to what, Turin's Discord. That'll be a decent place, I think. Maybe Heir of Carthage's Discord. Replays, yeah, on my email, yeah. I don't check my email quite as often. Discord, I'll see it pretty much right away. But is it cool if I link Air's Discord? All right, Wicked. You know what, Wicked? I'm gonna make you a moderator so you can link it. How about that? You are a trustworthy lad. Ooh, looks like Rydist is going to be going for the Dark Elves. There's Turin's, there's Heir of Carthage's, there's the dedicated Warhammer Tournament Discord. Somebody else just invited me to another one too. Was it Pipes? Yeah, there's quite a few Total War communities on Discord. Let's do... Let me see for the map. Fear go home. Yeah, I tried to meme a little too hard in Turin's tournament the other day and brought Malekith on a chariot and just got wrecked. I just got absolutely wrecked. It was not even close. Oh, that game. Ceramis just destroyed my face. That goes to show, you know, me putting Skaven on the bottom tier of my tier list, then I get wrecked by them in a tournament. Go figure, right? Oh. Heir of Carthage actually has featured a few of my battles over the years. I think the first one the Heir ever featured me was in Total Warhammer 1. It was a replay of Dwarves versus, I don't remember, I think it was Dwarves versus Chaos. And I had a front line of Dwarf Warriors to absorb a charge, and then a second line of Miners with blasting charges to blow them up. And Heir enjoyed my sacrificial Dawi, so he casted the game, I guess. Oh, man. Yeah. Granted, I will say, Ceramis, and this is something that I have said also in the comments of my tier list as well, and I tried to make it sort of clear in the beginning, but I wouldn't take it super seriously. And also, you know, super high level players, especially if they specialize in a certain faction, can overcome matchups which are hard or even super hard. Like Ceramis, I know is a very, very good Skaven player, so but yeah, like Aerocrastic, for example, there are a few other players I would say with Skaven that can definitely win at a very high level, so that's not to say, yeah, that they're terrible. And I think a lot of people think that, yeah, I think that the tier list applies less when you get to a higher level, to a degree, especially when people specialize, but... ZDT Blitz. Yeah, let's see. What other replays has Heir featured of me? I know he did like there was one something to do with Skin Wolves and fire damage when Skin Wolves were OP in game 1. There have been a few others over the years. Fun stuff. Takes pros to use Skaven. Yeah, they are not a beginner faction, definitely. I would say they are the highest skill cap faction, maybe. Greenskins are up there too. Empire's pretty up there. Wood Elves, I would say. Those are probably your top 4 in terms of micro-intensive factions, but if you're good, man, you can be really good with any of those. Yeah, typically for beginners, I recommend Vampire counts just because they're pretty forgivable. You don't really have to worry about routing units. You don't have to worry about microing skirmishers. You have lots of healing. I used to play quite a bit of Skaven. Because they've been so static for so long, they haven't been changed in a long time, I kind of lost interest in them. But yeah, when Game 1 first came out, I was a big fan of Skaven. Heir just doesn't lose. Come on. Right? Let's be real. Oh, man. Alright. These guys, I think, are just about ready. Am I missing anything? No, not really. Reptile was playing a fake air. uh, it was a poser. It was an imposter. Fake skink propaganda. The skinks are spreading fake news, guys. It's true. Air knows exactly what you're going to pick in your army every single time before you have even picked it. Yep. Reptile. That wasn't Air playing though, right? It was like a shadow player. So you didn't actually beat Air. All right, looks like these guys are just about loaded in. Beautiful Bretonian countryside. Some filthy peasant dung heaps. Absolutely idyllic. Alright, let's see what's rockin' for the spooky, edgy elves. We've got Supreme Sorceress Lore of Shadows on a lizard against a lizardman, very fitting. Some bleak swords up front with plenty of dread spears. We've got the Sisters of Singing Doom, Blackguard of Nagaron. We've got some Cold One Knights and 3 units of Dark Riders. A nice, well-balanced Dark Elf army. For the lizards, we've got some Saurus Warriors with shields, Skink Cohort with jabs. We've got a high mage, Slan Mage Priest here, Apotheosis, Tempest, Blood Statuette of Spite. We've got the Aura of Pretzels, Shield of the Old Ones, Banishment, and Arcane Unforging. Got plenty of Chameleon Skinks as well, and a Skink Chief up on a Pterodon. Let's see, Cold One Spear Riders out to the flanks. A unit of Temple Guard to guard. The Solar Engine demise. Yeah, oh man. I may or may not have helped with that build. Man, look at these edgy elves. Like, oh yeah, I painted my crossbow purple. My horse doesn't have lips. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of you guys who like dark elves. I can't help myself. Look at that. Look at these guys. Look at those armbands. Talk about edgelord, man. He's compensating for something, is all I'm saying. All slaughter high. I mean, how do you think they get so large? They just have munchies all day. They can't stop themselves, so they just, yeah. I mean, he is quite high. That's probably a good, what, 5 feet off the ground, I would say. Looks like they're getting underway. Slan going to be slowly floating forward. Do these Saurus Warriors have shields? Yes, they do. Okay, so the Pterodon moving up to start some skirmishing. We've got Bleak Swords moving up. Pterodon's going to have to be careful it doesn't get showered by the Repeater Crossbows here, but if he's able to get it in a good position, he could potentially do some good damage to, like, the Sisters of Singing Doom, for example. There's some other reasonably high-value targets here. The Blackguard, not going to take a whole lot of damage there, but yeah, he needs to be careful keeping these Chameleon Skinks all bunched up like this. There aren't a whole lot of dinos for the crossbows to go after and the halberds, but the mage is going to have to be careful here. This Slann could potentially get cut up pretty well. We'll see how these Saurus do in the front line against the Blackguard and the Sisters of St. Doom. They'll have a tough time, but obviously they're going to cut through the lower tier Dark Elf units without too much issue. Oh, looks like Skink Chief doing some spotting here, scouting. Did he spot this Supreme Sorceress? She does have 60 armor on the Cold One, so that's not nothing. She is going to be somewhat resistant to these missile attacks here, but she will still take some damage over time. So now Ridus is on a little bit of a timer in terms of his Lord, because that Skink Priest probably has enough ammo by himself to do her in. But oh man, here it comes in the back line. What we've all been waiting for, Banishment. Little bit of a swing and a miss there, unfortunately. It is going to get into these Dark Riders and do a little bit of damage. Not a whole lot, though. Probably should have been used on one of these infantry blobs, like right here, with these Blackguard and these Cold One Knights and everything, but it is doing some damage to these Dark Riders, I guess. Meanwhile, the Dark Riders firing in here, doing some good damage. The countercharge of the Cold One Spear Rider is able to finish off those Cold One Knights, but now the Melkos Mystifying Miasma and other missile play there are going to be countering very nicely. So far, looking okay for the Lizardmen, but things are definitely not out of the woods. You can see the Slann here is in a little bit of a dangerous situation. Apotheosis healing those Saurus Warriors. Unfortunately, they did get terrified by the Sisters of Sing Doom, who themselves did pull back there. They are taking quite a bit of Overwatch fire from those Chameleon Skinks, so very nicely done pulling back. These Temple Guard, a little bit over pursuing here, are going to probably get collapsed on by Blackguard, at least from the one side. These other unit of Blackguard did manage to get bogged down by Skinks and Saurus Warriors there, so things are looking okay for the Lizardmen so far in terms of the balance of power, but we'll see. Definitely still a lot of tools online, but that Supreme Sorcerer is still just getting consistently poked away. These Dark Riders honestly should probably turn and fire on that Skink Chief and try and get him out of here if they can, but right now it looks like they're focusing on the Temple Guard potentially, which is a good target, certainly. The Slann Mage Priest is also barely, you know, on the edge of range, so you could maybe go after him, but I would definitely say in terms of protecting the leadership of the Dark Elf army, this Skink Chief needs to go down. But the Arcane Unforging also did a ton of damage there. Looks like these Lizardmen Cav going to try and get to the back line here. Very nicely done, though. These Dread Spears on station to protect are going to be able to block up that charge. That being said, this Supreme Sorceress is not long for this world. Skink Chief needs to stay focused on her. He's getting a little bit distracted at this point, but if he can finish her off, that should be able to finish off the leadership of the Dark Elf army. It's hard to say. You know, a lot of these units are still pretty healthy in terms of their leadership, but the Blackguard getting ground down now by just superior numbers. Saurus Warriors actually trade really well against Blackguard with the right support buffs, but just in general, that good melee defense, the weapon strength especially, with 18 AP per swing, is just so much to deal with. And, you know, Blackguard definitely have better stats, but again, the numbers game not really working in favor of the Dark Elves here. The Supreme Sorceress did get finished off there. We'll see. This Slann's still alive, and that's what's counting for a lot of this balance of power, but the ammo is also counting for a lot of the balance power of the Dark Elves at the same time, so these Chameleon Skinks still have a ton of ammo as well, and there's really not a whole lot that can catch them on the Dark Elves side, so I think that we're going to see a dethroning here for the first time. It looks like Energize probably going to finish off Ridus here. We'll see. These Chameleons did get terrified away. There's still some spooky units, you know, on the field, but it's going to be tough. Wow, that's a lot of Dread Spears over here, too. So, yeah, this balance of power, I feel like, might be a little bit fraudulent, but a lot of it is relying on the power of these heroes that are still alive and the skirmishers. But, yeah, you can see they're just going to start to run out of screening options here and start to take fire on these more high-value targets like these Witch Elves. Yep, you can see them starting to rout. And just critical army losses is going to get close enough. A nice banishment there, doing a little bit of friendly damage. But yeah, Lizardmen able to pull out the win. Yeah, Lizardmen OP. Clearly Lizardmen are OP. Very well played to Energize, dethroning Ridus after what, 4 games? On top, very well played. 115 kills on that Slann, 79 on these Saurus Warriors and XP Chevron. Very good use of those Cold One Spear Riders as well, keeping them in reserve and using them to countercharge your opponent's heavy cavalry. Excellent, excellent work there, and he's able to pull out the win. Alright, so Ritus is out, and that means Aristo. If you are still around, you are up. The password is... you know what, I'll PM it to you. How about that? Not that I think that we're going to have random... Oh, and my game crashed again. That's amazing. GG, well played, though. We've had some great games today, guys. Big thanks. Big thanks to everyone for joining. So, Energized, we'll get you back in here. Let me go ahead. No mods are in use. Just the vanilla game, Danny. Just the vanilla game. Alright. Not quite, Steven. We've still got a little bit of time. I've got 3 more names on the list. So, yeah, feel free to add me, Energized. Feel free to add me. At some point, I'm going to run out of room on my friends list, but I haven't yet, so by all means, happy to have you. Ooh, I'm getting hungry though. I think we are going to do this game and then one more game and then yeah, we'll probably do like 3 more games, maybe 3 or 4. I don't need food, right? What's up, Tyrone? Good to see you. You are a bit late, but the whole stream will be going up after the fact, so you can go watch the games that we've played so far. I need to do this again. Confirm. There we go. Get a Balthazar melt and a cold Forshaken. Oh man, that's great. Side of Volk fries. Is that the new promotion y'all are running at Taco Crow? New Balthazar melt. I love it. Alright, I'm going to hop out, hop back in as a spectator. Taco Crow? Yeah, isn't that the name of your fine establishment? Taco Crow? Carl's Jr. Volkmar the Grill. Oh man, I could go on. Some Kentucky Fried Chaos. Kentucky Fried Chaos chicken. Carl fries. Oh, what else? What else can we do? I'm trying to think of some other good ones. Oh, there's always your Gore burger, your Gore Bowl burger. The Ever Chicken, yeah. Guaranteed to give you 3 Chaos Corruptions. Sarthrell's 13 herbs and spices. Slanta Claus. Ah. Grillgore Iron Ham. There we go. I like that. Is that that's Grimgore's personal chef? Oh man. The dance kebab. That's only if you use it on crabs though. Right? I'm going to be evil and make them change the map to one with a lot of hills and forests and terrain. Morger King. Steak bed taker. Oh, bread taker. He could be a bed taker. Just saying. Steak bread taker. Quiche bread maker. Yep. Spooky snack lady. All right. These guys are ready. Yeah, this is something else now. This is an entirely different genre. Gore burger. Yeah, Gore burger. The Gore burger is what I want. That sounds pretty good to me. Cetra the Impeachable. Better remove the screen blocker. I know as much as y'all like Orion punching the Skaven in the face. So this is Norden, actually one of my favorite maps. It's got 2 roughly equal hills, bunch of ridges with woodland over on this side. There's tons and tons of line of sight blocking terrain, different places where you can set up little ambushes. You can see there's like a nice little divot in between these 2 ridges with these little woodland patches. Yeah, very, very fun map. Maybe not 100% balanced, but it's definitely a lot of fun. Good old Norden. Got this little road type deal running through here. Or I guess it's probably just like a runoff stream. I don't know. Over there we got little Empire Village up on the hill. Yes, 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 yes. Arcan the well done. Arcan the Cajun black and fried. The food puns are out of control today, guys. Now I am actually hungry. Alright. So, Aristo taking the Empire here. We're going to go with Karl Franz up in the air. Got a Jade Wizard, Witch Hunter, some Halberdiers, Great Swords, Silver Bullets, and 2 Knights of the Blazing Sun. Relatively small and straightforward army. For the Letum Kings, we've got Arkan the Blackened Cajun Gumbo with his creepy chin. We've also got a Tomb Prince, some Skeleton Spears here. Let's see, a couple units of Ushabti, Necropolis Knights with Halberds, some Skeleton Horsemen Archers, and Nehekara Horsemen. No Pistoliers. I am disappointed, Aristo. Very disappointed that there are no Pistoliers. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, a couple Carrion. Can't leave home without the Carrion. Kentucky Fried Carrion. This is more like McDonald's chicken nuggets right here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Whoop. There we go. Look at that. Look at that nasty thing. It's gross. It's unnatural. Alright, let's see how this does. Archaon the Sometimes Frozen. Just add fire, and he will come alive in your mouth. That sounded wrong. Anyway, let's go to the battle now, since it is getting started. You can see both sides kind of be pushing forward here. Aristo is on a little bit of a back slope here, so he does want to try and push forward and take the high ground here. Potted Promethean, that sounds good. Carry in and out. Oh, I love it. I love it. A rose con carry. Yes. Yes. Yep. So far, so good. Skeleton Horseman Archer is going to be putting in a little bit of fire here into the flanks of these Halberdiers. Very cost-effective use. You can see they have done some good damage, taking down a couple of unit models already. So that's good stuff. Meanwhile, on the front line, Great Swords are pushing forward. We've got these Ushabti here. They're going to be doing pretty well in the front line, all things considered. Knights of the Blazing Sun are going to be pulling back as these forces push forward. Going to try and switch places with the Halberdiers. They are going to be rushing in, but it looks like Arkan the Black and his mobile forces do sort of push around the flank here. But the Knights of the Blazing Sun actually going to go ahead and countercharge here. Having a little bit of a lag, folks, so sorry about that, but they do manage to go ahead and countercharge, at least catch up a couple of the Necropolis Knights here. But Nehekara Horsemen themselves, it's going to be dangerous for these Knights of the Blazing Sun here. They're going to have to be very careful, but Tomb Guard going to get engaged on, oop, I heard something, Fate of Buna on the Halberdiers. Nope, on the Knights of the Blazing Sun. Honestly, not the best. Will do a lot of damage, but they do have some magic resistance as well. Great Swords getting engaged here with the Tomb Guard. Will do quite well. Looks like Arkan the Black using his abilities here. Got some summons going and so on. It does look like, though, Karl's going to try and dive in and potentially goon someone here. Hard to say. Karl doesn't do magic damage, so he is going to have to be careful here. But those Knights of the Blazing Sun got routed off real quick. Just a crazy escalation. Meanwhile, on the center line, Great Swords not doing too well against this Ushabti rush, understandably. Let's see, Energized had a really good counter build for what Aristo brought here. Great Swords are trading well out on this side pocket here. Man, those Ushabti. Silver Bullets also getting compromised here is not the best. They are able to stabilize, though. Knights of the Blazing Sun coming in, able to finish off some of those carrion and go ahead and re-secure there. So far, all things considered, the balance of power is still very even. Karl's taking some damage, though. He's going to need to pull away. Looks like Aristo is doing so. Spirit Leech going to be going down from Arkan the Filthy. But the Tomb Prince able to do quite a bit of damage. Those Necropolis Knights, though, just about have been dragged down. There are still some other mobile units for the Tomb Kings running around in the back line, so these Silver Bullets, not 100% free and clear at this point. Looks like the Skeleton Horseman Archers. Possibly those Nekara Horsemen are going to come in the back line as well and try and mess with those Silver Bullets, but these Knights of Blazing Sun now free, going to be able to push forward and respond to that mobility. Karl Franz up in the air here, free from this kind of death area over here. It's going to come try and support this frontline engagement, potentially finish off some of these Tomb Guard. Looks like Earthblood going down, healing up some of these Halberdiers and so on. The Silver Bullets now free to fire in. Looks like they're going to be drawing a bead on Arkan the Black himself. Knights of Blazing Sun charging straight into the Necropolis Knights. No holes barred. With their high charge bonus, they will be able to do some damage there, but it's going to be tough. You know, that anti-large AP, definitely not an ideal situation, but you can see the Knights of Blazing Sun, just because their models and their charge bonus are winning out in that situation. Also getting some missile support there, but Arkan the Black does have no missile block chance, so he's in a very bad situation. Karl's going to come around for another timing push, try and goon him out here. If he can finish off Arkan, and of course Knights of Blazing Sun also do fire damage, so the two of them that are in here doing some lances will be able to do some damage. Obviously not as much as Karl, but yeah, Arkan just got wrecked there, and the physical resistance of the Liber Mortis won't help against the Overwatch fire from the Silver Bullets, obviously because of that magic damage. So yeah, looking pretty good for the Empire. It's completely not out of the woods yet, though. Balance power still very even. Looks like a regrowth on Karl Franz. That will help stabilize things quite a bit. And that volley just about finishes off Arkan. Down to 30 health. He's crumbling. So Arkan's done for, and that is probably going to be GG for the Tomb Kings. Energized, coming in with a very good build. Unfortunately, getting a little bit exposed there and isolated. Karl Franz showing his power, how quickly he can turn the pace of the battle, and with some very timely missile support there from those Silver Bullets, able to fire in at a very key moment and get some good work done. Of course, the Witch Hunter also contributing with his bullets and the whatever it's called there, the accusation. But Tomb Prince going to come in. He can do a little bit against Karl, but you can see the Zushabti are crumbling, and another victory for the Empire. We've had quite a few Empire victories on the stream today, so hopefully you guys are pleased with that. But yeah, Karl able to chad things out in the finish here. Despite the frontline engagement not going super well, the Knights of the Blazing Sun and those Halberdiers actually over on the left side as well, trading very cost effectively, helping to drag down those Necropolis Knights and kind of not necessarily win that engagement per se, but oh man, things are starting to come back. You know, as soon as I say it's for sure a win for the Empire, things start to get pulled back a little bit. You can see the Silver Bullets getting compromised. A lot of the infantry units are gone for the Empire. There are some regrouped greatswords over here, but we'll see. Karl can potentially come in and do a ton of leadership damage like this. You can see those Ushabti are now sent to crumbling, as are the Skeleton Horsemen. There's no way for them to heal as well, so most likely the Empire will take this out, but Karl's going to have to be careful. That Tomb Prince is actually doing quite a bit of damage to him right now and bringing the balance of power back towards even, so he's going to have to be careful. He really needs to turn, and rather than attacking these Ushabti, get attacks in on the Tomb Prince, but Karl's taking a ton of damage right now. This is a very dangerous situation. Despite the fact that these Ushabti are crumbling, they obviously still are fighting, right? So they can still do damage here. Karl now turns and is focusing on the Tomb Prince. Accusation going on the Tomb Prince. Should be able to stabilize here, but man, Energize just about brought that back right there. Yeah, Energize just about pulling things back there, but he is able to not quite. Maybe if Karl goes down here, that could be really bad for the Empire. That would be really, really bad for the Empire. The Summoned Ushabti are doing a ton of work right now. But the Tomb Prince is also going to be finished off, I think. Yep, a couple of really good hits from Karl there, and the Tomb Prince is crumbling. Without his leadership, the rest of the Tomb King forces will crumble, and it's pretty much just the Summoned Ushabti now at this point. One more Earthblood from the Jade Wizard there. Does manage to heal Karl a little bit. He's kind of getting stagger locked by the Ushabti, but oh man, yeah, look at that stagger chance on the Ushabti. That's intense. But at this point, he can kind of just cheese out the leadership of the Tomb Kings a little bit. You can see a lot of Empire forces rallying together here, trying to form up a little bit of a last stand, some anvil for Karl to kind of hammer into a little bit there. The Tomb Guards also going after the Witch Hunter. The Witch Hunter trying to use his pistol ammo, what's left of it here. Karl going to come down, do a little bit of work on these Tomb Guard as well. Ooh, Very acrobatic move, Carl. Just dropping the Tomb Guard from the air. And here come the remaining regrouped Empire infantry. Of course, the Great Swords especially will do quite well supporting this late game here. You can see the Tomb Guard not too happy about their lot in life, or rather unlife at this point, going to be crumbling away. So yeah, very back and forth. I really thought Risto had taken that pretty convincingly at one point, but nonetheless, Energized able to just about bring things back. Unfortunately, not quite, but still a very fun battle. Well played to both players. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Franzia wine boxes, yeah, true that. Franz is a Sigmarite, come on. At this point, we're just more or less just waiting for the Tomb King's troops to crumble, but yeah, we'll watch some more cinematics. Point blank there. Come on. Yeah, kick him in the face. There we go. That'll show him. Beautiful stuff. These great swords and halberdiers getting in here. Oh man, that dude lost his arm though. But yeah, Tomb Guard taking quite a while to crumble. I honestly feel like they should maybe speed up crumbling damage just a little bit. That's my opinion, but yeah, we're getting close at this point. Perhaps Franz is Sigmar. Doesn't he become like the avatar of Sigmar or something in the end times? Pretty sure something like that happens. Man, these Tomb Kings just refuse to die. Holy cow. Crumble, crumble, crumble. Crumble, crumble, crumble. You know, the balance power is very heavily in the Empire's favor, but their leadership is honestly looking kind of shaky right now. Oh, no, I think that's it, though. I think that's disintegration. That was honestly a little bit closer than it looked in the end there, but yeah, well played to both players. Very, very fun battle. Well played to both players. You can see Great Swords in certain situations doing quite well. The Knights of the Blazing Sun, although they didn't get too many kills, were able to help in some key situations. Same thing with the Silver Bullets here. Franz racking up 51, the Witch Hunter racking up 51. From the Tomb King side, he did very well taking out the infantry line. Unfortunately, just got Arcan a little bit exposed at the wrong time. Got him sniped out. But yeah, GG's indeed. Alright, so we've got one more. Or two more. We've got Rocket Man. Rocket Man, if you're around. Or if Rocket Man is not here, we can have... let's see. Rocket Man, are you Mad Mardigan, right? Yes, okay. Yep, cool. Cool. In that case, we will get you in here. Just, yeah. Password is 321. I know I just said that out loud for everyone to hear, but oh well. Yeah, I'll do this one, and then we've got one more person on the list, and then I think I'm going to call it a stream from there. It's because we've been at this for a solid 2 hours so far. I'm getting pretty hungry, and I got to go grab some lunch, do a couple things, but... Cool, cool. Hey, this game's looking pretty balanced. Somebody summoned a unit of Shabti. Yeah, I had France get killed by a unit of summoned Shabti before. It's rough. You got to be careful because they can do a ton of damage really fast. If you get surrounded by all 12 unit models, they will annihilate you. King of the Hill, Emperor of the Hill. Are you saying we should do Emperor of the Hill, Minty Skype? Carl becomes an incarnate of heavens. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Let's see. Let's see. Good old Sigmar. It's called Koth 2018. Like this. I think everyone should look at Aristo's army right now and marvel at it. This is the new meta, guys. This is the meta right here. You better believe it. 6 Shaggoths. You've heard of double Shaggoth. You've heard of triple Shaggoth. How about 6 Shaggoths? Probably. I would imagine so. Probably. Da-da-da-da. Welcome, welcome. Why are greenskins unbeatable for lizards? Well, I have some thoughts. I'll show you a build after this, Reptile. Da-da-da-da. The words do sound fun. I agree. I like the sounds of dough and words and dough with words. Yeah, black orcs can be tough. Yeah, I'll show you a build after this. Yeah, that wicked. That's kind of, yeah. You're on the right track. You're definitely on the right track. Yeah, you're never going to be able to win that just because the greenskins are always going to have more light cavalry, more skirmishers. Just they're going to outrun you. So yeah, it's going to be tough to skirmish them. Nah, what I'm thinking more is more of a like a Death Star style. You get Mazdamundi with just a couple spells up on his stegi. You get another ancient stegi. And then you just keep them together. You probably bring a Rev Crystal as well for max healing. And then you just keep them together, keep them on top of maybe like a unit of Temple Guard or something. Just try and just Death Star and heal your way through with the monsters. Cube of Darkness doesn't actually give ability recharge. It gives power recharge. So it stops their Winds of Magic flow, but doesn't necessarily give it an additional ability recharge. For that, you're going to need Arcane Unforging from a High Slon. So I would definitely recommend taking a High Slon. Well, I guess if you're taking Mazdamundi, does he has Arcane Unforging, I want to say? But we'll double check after this, but... Yep. I was showing their armies the whole time, but that's fine. No one cares, right? These guys aren't cheating. We're gonna have greenskins this time. Gonna be going up against the Dark Elves, so we'll see. Got this nice Wood Elf map here in the forest. Got a few little kind of terrain features, not too much, but there's a couple things here and there. Got a terrain feature here, we've got a little bit of a terrain feature right here. So there's some options, definitely a very good map. We've got a little bit of water right here, so, you know, aquatics. There are no lizardmen, but if there were, definitely be some opportunity for some aquatics here. Got this spooky chaos pyre here, like all floating in the air and stuff. Oh, that's spooky. So spooky. Get like right up inside that thing. Oh yeah. Kind of a cool view right there. Anyway. Good to know, Don Rhyme. Good to know. Yeah, I'd imagine that because the Stegodons are going to get turned around a bunch, that the Shaggoths will start getting attacks in the back, and they'll just do so much damage. Alright, so for the green skins, we've got Wurzag leading the way with a Goblin Big Boss. Got some Orc Biggins, Black Orcs, Orc Biggins, more Black Orcs, some Air Boys, Goblin Archers. In fact, Hammer of Gork, we've also got Death's Creepers, Spider Riders, some Skulkers, some, Night Gobos, the Unbreakable Night Gobos, 8 Peak Loonies. We've got, let's see here, Moon Howlers, Rusty Airs, Mangy Marauders, Spider Riders. For the Dark Elves, got a whole bunch of Bleak Swords, some Sisters of Singing Doom. Got Malekith on a chariot, going full meme here. Lizard Limo, definitely going to be a lot of fun. He's got Soul Stealer, Chillwind, and Power of Darkness, as well as Gaze of Malice, of course. Got some Repeater Bolt Throwers. Got 2 more units of Lizard Limos, so Aristo going all in on the chariot play here. Definitely excited to see how this plays out. Also got some units of Cold One Knights as well. Yeah, we'll see. I'm genuinely curious. Hey, David, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. We are just moving into a few more battles here. This is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. The boys are ready. They are indeed ready. We've got some Black Orcs here. Oh yeah, Black Orcs look so cool, man. Ugh. Look at that lad. Look at that mad lad right there. Oh yeah. Yeah, this map always produces intense fights. It's going to be like a right off the bat thing too, huh? More edgy elves versus the greenskins. Alright. These guys are going to be getting it going here. And these Dark Riders look like they're not on fire at will. Otherwise they would have... I guess these guys are technically hidden. But, yeah. Should be interesting. I'm genuinely curious to see how the chariots do. There's a lot of high mass units. Like Biggins and Black Orcs, for example, are very heavy. So they are pretty tough to get through for chariots to kind of pull through. But, oh man, some nasty damage on those Mangy Marauders out on the far side there from the Dark Riders. Meanwhile, Dark Riders also pouring in fire on this front line of Black Orcs here. We've got the Lizard Limos charging forward. They do have an AP missile attack as well. So you can see they just took out a Black Orc there. Firing in some additional shots. Going to be just charging straight into the face of the Black Orcs. Holy cow. Aristo going all in on the chariots, and they do have enough momentum to punch through that front line, so they did a ton of damage right there, and they're just going to pull straight through. You can see they've just about ratted off those Skulkers as well, just purely from the shock damage. Meanwhile, the Moon Howlers trying to get in on the side to get at these Dark Riders here, but the Cold One Knights are in a good position to intercept. Let's see, Wah being popped all across the line, so the Greenskin's going to go down now. And this unit of Cold One Chariots has been hit by the FG to get. Where's that going to get in here and start slapping it around a little bit as well? The Skulkers didn't quite rout off, so they have regrouped here. And they are going to be following up and getting some attacks in as well. So, yeah, this unit of Chariots might be getting dragged down. It's hard to say, but the Dark Riders still pouring in fire. The Black Orcs have taken a ton of damage. One unit of Dark Riders got counter-skirmished pretty well, but the Sisters of Singing Doom now running in. There are some Black Orcs. Those that were pursuing the Chariots are going to somewhat interrupt them here, but they should be able to also get in to those Skulkers as well and start to cut them to absolute ribbons. Meanwhile, out on the flanks, Cold One Knights doing quite well against Spider Riders. The Bleak Swords, on the other hand, just getting absolutely cut up by Biggins and Spider Riders and so on. More Bleak Swords trying to pile in. So far, Malekith relatively healthy on his Lizard Limo. But, yeah. Lizard Limo is going to do a bit of a side charge here into the Depths Creepers. A little bit of a rough situation here. The Depths Creepers, because of their regeneration and poison, will be able to outtrade these Dark Riders no problem. You know, especially with them being regimented around, they have better stats and everything, but a nice ping-pong charge here. Going to be able to cut through this unit of Black Orcs once again. They do have enough momentum to punch fully through the unit, which is very important. The Sisters of Singing Doom must have tagged them somewhere because they did get enraged there. Sisters, though, managed to push through, get to the Skulkers. They've got to the Rusty Heirs. Now the Chariots are also following up as well, so pretty decent. Looks like a Gaze of Malice going down here. Wurzag is involved in this fight, getting hit by a Soul Stealer, it looks like. But he did manage to rout off the unit of Cold One Chariots over on this side. Not sure exactly what the Hammer of Gork is targeting, but it looks like maybe targeting one of these units that is routed off, because it is kind of pushing forward a little bit there, but oh. Is Cold One Chariot going to come through, maybe interrupt? Nope, looks like it decides to turn around and not get mass compromised there. Meanwhile, Black Orcs getting fixed in place by Bleak Swords. It'll definitely lose that fight, obviously, but at least they'll be able to hold for some time. Sisters of Singing Doom, I really like the pick of them as the terror option here. They will be able to provide some really good terror bombs and rout off quite a few units. You can hear their haggard screams as they charge in. Lizard Limo's pulling away here. The Spider Riders obviously not wanting to engage. Wurzag's going to have to be careful, though. If he gets tagged by the Sisters here, could be careful. It looks like Aristo's actually going to go ahead and turn around the Chariots, and he does manage to pin in Wurzag with the mass there, and the Sisters then get him with the Enrage. So Malekith also following up. Just a bad situation overall. You can see the Spider Riders piling in to try and spring Wurzag loose. Thankfully, the Wurzag's Enrage is chasing him after these Cold One Chariots and not keeping him saturated in the Sisters of Singing Doom. So that in and of itself, very, very lucky for Risto here. Or sorry, unlucky for Risto. Lucky for Mad Mardigan. But, yeah. You can see here these Cold One Knights enraging, getting kind of dragged down by the Biggins. Honestly, Biggins doing quite well here. Looks like a breath attack for the Greenskins going down, doing some good damage to the Sisters of Singing Doom there. Some of the other units snap pockets. So, yeah, these Biggins are attempting to pull back, it looks like. But, yeah, they were doing pretty well, but they're just getting outnumbered a little bit. It looks like they are, yeah, they unfortunately got terrified there. But looks like the one unit of Chariots still on. The other unit of Chariots did come back from route. Only 2 models, but still. Getting bogged down by the Depths Creep is not the best, but the fact that they're back is definitely beneficial. Things are looking pretty good for the Dark Elves at the moment. Malekith's still completely healthy, whereas Wurzag's taken a ton of damage. And another Soul Stealer going to be going down with the Sisters of Singing Doom still just continuously pressing forward, pushing into this pocket, enraging the Mangy Marauders here so they can't pull away. Wurzag, of course, from that Soul Stealer, going to take a ton of damage. He does respond with FG to get on Malekith to keep him at an arm's distance, but I don't think it's going to be enough in this late game to pull things back here, so we'll see. But so far, definitely looking like a Dark Elf victory. Yep. Very nice. Very, very nice. I think that's going to be army losses. Maybe quite a few units shattering at this point. Really just these Black Orcs here in the center still holding out, but we'll see. We'll see. I guess there are some Skulkers over here. A little bit of lag going down, so apologize about that, guys, but you know, we are connecting with people from all across the entire world, so yep. Malekith going to come push over to this side to try and finish off what few units remain of the Greenskins. A couple of solid charges here should be able to finish things off, but we'll see. These unbreakable 8 Peaks loonies here are going to need to be ground down to a man, obviously, so yep. There we go. Get in there, Malekith. Gets a nice side swipe there as he drives through. Beautiful stuff. You can see the other Dark Elf troops kind of following up here. Not really wanting to get too close, understandably. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and charge in now, potentially try and apply some rear charge penalties, finish things off here, so... Why do the Dark Elves have black hair? Because they dye it black, because they're edgy teens. Oh, Lithanar? Lithanar has, what, brown hair, I want to say? I'm assuming Teclis is bald. I don't know why. I just assume that he's bald. Who else? Alariel's blonde. Does the princess have brown hair? I can't remember. Anyway, very fun battle. Malekith getting 88 kills on the chariot, 120 for the Sisters of Singing Doom. The other Cold One chariots doing quite well. Love that use of those lizard limos there. Very, very fun. Well played to both. Absolutely. Alright, so I think we have one more challenger. I want to say it's A Move Hacker. Let's see. It did, Aristo. No worries, though. No worries about the lag. Can Aristo keep his throne? That is the question. I think it's A Move Hacker? I don't know. Alright, chat, you get to decide Aristo's faction. So let's hear it in the chat. What do you guys want Aristo to play? Who have we not seen? Let's see. We haven't seen Norska, Beastman. Who else haven't we seen yet today? Dwarves, which looks like A-Move is going to play Dwarves. We've seen Vampire Counts and Vampire Coast. More Empire? You guys want more Empire? I think Norska and Beastmen are the only factions we haven't seen. I guess Wood Elves. Who wants to watch Wood Elves, though? Especially against the Dwarves. Skaven? Oh yeah, Skaven's another one. So far, everyone just wants the Empire. Skaven? That's 2 votes for Skaven. I'm gonna throw my vote in with Skaven. just because I'm a fan of Skaven to a degree, and we haven't seen them yet today, so. Six steam tanks incoming. I think we do Skaven. I think that's nice and thematic against the dwarves. I feel like that's much more thematic. So Skaven, but he has to play Queek. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I like that, Hawkeye. We'll do that. Skaven, but he has to play Queek. Alright, so we'll go with that. Put the army blocker back up. Da, 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 da. I don't know that I've seen Aristo play Skaven either. That's a good point. That is a good point. Man, we are just about to 5,000 subscribers, guys. We're getting close. Just 100 more, about. Oh man. Man, oh man. It's been a great year, guys. Thanks for everything. Channel has grown a lot over the past year. A lot faster than I expected. Oh, did we lose Aristo? Oh no. It was too much for him. Oh, he's back. Okay. Game probably just crashed for him too. I have. You know, Wicked, I made a goal at the beginning of the year. I told myself New Year's last year, I was, at a party with my friends, having a good time, and also just thinking about, the next year and what I wanted to do. Set some goals for myself to try and do 2 videos a day as much as I could for you guys, and so far it's been really good. It's worked out well. I mean, I've got a lot of growth. I know at some points you guys might have felt like I'm putting out too much content, but at the same time, it's there's only so many minutes in the day, right? And I figure it's pretty much impossible for me to fill them all up with Warhammer content, so I'll do as much as I can, and yeah, it's worked out well. So now my goals for this next year are I'm going to make a video about this separately as well, but just stream more often. I want to get into more of a consistent streaming schedule, just because I really enjoy it. Like this, for example, it's been a ton of fun for me. I've had a ton of fun today. So I want to start doing more like King of the Hill streams, more tournament streams, multiplayer in general. I'm going to be doing different games as well, like Civ 6 I've been really into lately, especially when the new DLC comes out. I'm going to be covering that. Bannerlord when that's released. Just, other games in general I'm planning on. I'm also going to be Yeah, consistently is what matters. It's true. It's true. True. More content means more growth, and that is what I've seen in my analytics. And some people will say, "Oh, you know, you're supposed to get more views." Oh. Is it going to stabilize? I think it's stabilized. I'm still dropping like 30% of my frames right now. Is it back? Is it stable? It still says I'm dropping like 25% frames. So, okay, I think it's stabilizing. Sorry about that, guys. As soon as I say I want to stream more, of course, OBS decides to take a crap on me, but... But yeah, so that's my number one goal in the new year, is to stream more often. And then yeah, from there I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's like 480p. This is the last battle, so if we can just get through this, I'm gonna call it a stream. But it looks, yeah, OBS is not happy right now, so let me see. Let's move this boy. Yeah, I'm probably going to be going to not necessarily 2 videos a day every day. I'm going to still do a video every day. Oh, nope. Is it gone again? Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and call the stream, actually. I know I'll tell you what. I'm gonna stay in this battle. I'll cast it after the fact, just because I think I need to restart my computer or something. But yeah, my stream software is just really not happy right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just call the stream right now. This battle will be coming up in a regular replay cast, so you guys can be sure to stay tuned for that. More news about various things in the coming days and so on, so stay tuned for more. Thank you all for coming out for the stream. Sorry about the choppy end there. Not sure what